My time in the Lone Star State is coming to a close. 5 days away from leaving this place. I thought I'd make a video about Texas things that I've experienced, observed, seen in Texas before I leave. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, number one. I feel like it just has to be with number one. Whataburger. Whataburger? I, as a kid, and I think all Texas kids say Whataburger, and then when you grow up, you realize it's Whataburger, but I don't think anyone pronounces it as Whataburger. What the heck is Whataburger? Basically, you know how Californians and most of the West Coast love their In-N-Out? Texans love their Whataburger. It has really big burgers, like they're flat but they're wide, like big, probably as big as my head, at least the last time I've seen Whataburger. Barbecue chicken strip sandwich. It's like chicken strips on Texas toast. They have a bunch of other things. I don't go to Whataburger that much. The fries are okay, in my opinion. That is a big Texas thing, and I believe Whataburger is in other southern states, but nonetheless, Texans love Whataburger and hate In-N-Out. You won't have trouble finding a Whataburger. You can just drive down the street, and if you see a orange and white striped building with a W for Whataburger, that's the right place. And I personally, I'm sorry, Texas, I don't like Whataburger. I like my In-N-Out. Number two, this one I can stand behind. I think everybody can agree upon this. H-E-B. H-E-B is the name of a Texas chain grocery store. You can't even compare it to any other store. You can't compare it to Walmart. You can't compare it to Costco or Sam's Club. H-E-B is just its own thing. If you go to Texas, you just have to go to H-E-B. H-E-B just has really good products. They have their own line. You know how like Walmart has, you know, their great value brand. H-E-B has their own brand, and their stuff is actually pretty good. It's good quality, and everyone just loves H-E-B. I mean, what's not to love about H-E-B? When I was a kid, I thought H-E-B was called Heb, because why would you spell out the name of a grocery store? It is actually the initials of the guy who founded it, so we just call the store H-E-B. And it's not hard to find an H-E-B. There's one right down the road from me, then there's an H-E-B Plus, that's like the giant one. So yeah, we just call it H-E-B, and we love H-E-B. Okay, I have never been to this place, and if you live in Texas or visit Texas, it's kind of like you have to go to this place at least once, just for the experience. Probably not gonna go, and I've never been, so don't sue me, I'm sorry. Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's, bear with me guys, if you're not from Texas. This is gonna sound really weird, really strange. Buc-ee's is a gas station. Not like a QT, it's not like, you know, what have you. Buc-ee's is a giant gas station. Instead of having like a small convenience store like 7-Eleven, Buc-ee's is basically like a giant grocery store, giant store, right? Mascot or the logo for Buc-ee's is a beaver, and so you will find people all over Texas wearing shirts that have a beaver. And this is what college students do for fun. They go to Buc-ee's. I know a lot of college kids in the middle of the night just drive to Buc-ee's and get some snacks and then drive back home, and it's a whole experience. It's just a thing that people do in Texas. Beaver nuggets, I believe. It's a snack that everyone craves about. That's Buc-ee's giant gas station in Texas. You have to go there. You have to go. Go for me, because I never went. Frito Pie. So, I don't know why it's called Frito Pie, because it's not pie. Someone help me with that. You take some Fritos. Lilo, what are you doing? Lilo. So basically, you take some Fritos, right? The chip, the corn chip. and you put chili on top of the chips, and then you put cheese. And that is Frito Pie. I think a lot of college students make this, and you can eat it as a meal. Some people eat it as a snack, because if you go to like a concession stand, you can get like the snack size chip bags, Frito chips, and they'll open it, they'll dump the chili in the chip bag and put the cheese, put a fork in it and give it to you. That's Frito Pie at concession stands. But you can eat it as a meal also. For me, it is really, really, really salty. Because Fritos are salty already. It's easy to make, anyone can make it. It's cheap, and it's just a staple in Texas. It's a snack, it could be dinner, what have you. It's Frito Pie. Kolaches, they are not like donuts. They're kind of like Danishes actually, but not quite. Don't get them mixed up. Kolaches are like this pastry, and it's like the bread is really, really soft, and you can put like fruit or like sausage or cream cheese in the kolache and eat it like that, and it's really, really good. People eat it for breakfast usually, and you can find them at donut shops and kolache factory. Of course, I will bring this up, but I am probably the least qualified person to talk about it. Texas barbecue. I can't remember if I've ever tried Texas barbecue, because when we moved here, I already was not eating meat. So I don't know if I ever tried Texas barbecue. I don't think I did. Texas barbecue, the hype is real, okay? People from out of state came to visit us. My parents would always take them to Rudy's, and Rudy's, their slogan is the worst barbecue in Texas. Never understood that. Apparently sarcasm. Everybody who we've given Rudy's to or taken them to Rudy's, they love it. And so that's just a small piece of Texas barbecue. I'm sorry, I'm not the most qualified person to talk about Texas barbecue, but that's what I have observed about Texas barbecue and the experience, and people love it. So there you go. Okay, so you know how Californians, I believe, they just drink Coke, right? Just their soda of choice is Coca-Cola. In Texas, we don't really drink Coca-Cola. Well, I do, but most Texans prefer Dr. Pepper. That's like the soda of the state, just Dr. Pepper everywhere. So now you know. The thing is, they have this soda called Big Red. There's also Big Blue, but Big Red is the main soda. Okay, this is Big Red. It's just, there's no flavor on the bottle. It's just Big Red. So the flavor is red soda. I believe it just tastes like cotton candy, which is basically sugar. But yeah, I think this is only in Texas. I first tried it at like Mr. Gatti's because I was like, ooh, what is this? It's Big Red. So yeah, this is something that Texans drink. I think it's caffeinated. It's just a caffeinated red soda. And the last thing that you can only find in Texas, I think, well, it's the Texas state flower, right? The bluebonnets. So every spring, bluebonnets are just these really, they kind of look purple flowers that just bloom almost everywhere. It's just, they're wild, and there'll be fields and fields and fields of bluebonnets. You can see them on the side of the road, you can see them in the woods, you can see them in grassy areas, and they just grow, and they're the state flower, and they're really fun to take pictures with. I think I have a picture. If I do, there it is. But yeah, they're really pretty, and they just happen to come around every spring, and everybody, you see kids dressed up all nice, you see everybody taking pictures just in a random field of bluebonnets. One thing that is near and dear to Texans and the state of Texas. And they're really pretty, they're really cool just to like drive down the freeway or the highway and see the bluebonnets. It's So cute. These are just a few things about Texas. There are so many other things that make Texas Texas, and the culture and the people and stuff like that. But these are the things that over the years I have heard about, experienced, observed myself. That's what makes Texas Texas. And a lot of them may be strange. They may be weird, especially to people who don't know anything about Texas. I was grateful enough to experience all these things and to see all these things and observe all these things for 9 years that I lived here. And yeah, leave a comment below if I didn't explain anything right, or if, you know, I missed something. I missed a lot of things. There's a lot more that I can say about Texas, but these are kind of the main ones that I picked out. I will see you guys in my next video. It's about to thunderstorm. Another thing about Texas, wait 5 minutes if you don't like the weather, because it will change, and that is actually real. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.